All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's good? Like, share, subscribe. Cash App $ Winston Spivey. I wasn't able to make this video till today. There's still a hot topic about Shannon Sharpe, right? He responded to Ray Lewis's comments, okay, about maybe Ray Lewis felt as though Shannon Sharpe had sold out to make these videos, and some of the stuff that he was saying that gossip, and maybe there was some buffoonery in some of the videos that he's done and all that, okay? And I said on the other commentary I made yesterday about these guys, about Ray Lewis's, okay, statement that it may not have been such a fallout, but it was two guys that they were probably tight one day, homies, you know, they were there for each other, you know, when they played for Baltimore and things. When Ray got in a little bit of trouble himself, and Shannon was there, okay, to help him out, okay, during his case. Yeah, because at the time Ray Lewis was in serious trouble for double murder. And there was some disagreements and things of that nature on FS1, particularly about Colin Kaepernick, maybe other things in which they were starting to probably have the ideologies, and they eventually went their separate ways, okay, particularly with the social media thing, okay. Apparently that's what it seems like, and it could be other personal matters, and could be something that went for way back, even beyond that. I don't know, okay, but it actually is surfaced to where they are now. But anyway, Shannon Sharpe had responded on Nightcap with Ocho, and basically said, look, you know what, I'm to a point to where I'm low-hanging fruit, okay, and we gonna be all right. All right, you can say, hey, you know what, you got me on that, you're right. Where I think that Shannon Sharpe really didn't want to dispute, you know, he didn't really, because all it's going to do is keep the tension stirring anyway, in which I do believe that Ray Lewis may have been tricked into answering certain questions and things like that, because I think this is the way the media will spin up tension and things of that nature. Well, they'll ask certain questions and get certain answers out of it, you know, to do stuff like that for ratings, okay? And, excuse me, it'll just add more fuel to the fire than, you know, than what it really needs to be, soup it up bigger than what it is, okay? And but that's the way Shannon Sharpe had responded. Okay, he showed good candor, but at the same time, I don't think that Shannon should be feeling guilty. But at the same time, that I think Ray Lewis was right in certain ways or whatever. But you know, you have to look at a lot of these networks, you know, with Shannon having do-rags on and things like that, and things like drinking and stuff like that. Okay. On these networks, I'm not going to say it paints a bad picture, but you do have to look that there is an image that you have to kind of emulate. That's what they like to see on these networks. You know, there's rules and regulations. But at the same time, you know, Shannon Sharpe has paid his dues. You know, he didn't never have a drinking problem, and I don't believe that drinking, you know, I believe he drinks in moderation. It's not going to be anything that's going to impair his any physical abilities or his performance. That's what I believe. But heck, if he wants to promote his liquor, you know, he can do that. But I think that it could have been a more, well, and I think that it is at many times more scrupulous or more discerning ways to do that. You know, with that. I'm not going to sit there and say like worldly, But I think what it is Shannon Sharpe right now, he's getting a lot of really, how can I say, pushback or pessimistic, how can I say, reactions to, the trouble that he got into. And he got in trouble, all right, dealing with a young lady. He paid his dues or whatever, and that kind of thing. So it's kind of, you got to take the good with the bad too, all right, because he's getting a lot of this bad pushback anyway, and it may be something that's going to go on for a minute, until it could be something that could go on for months, until this thing, starts to die down somewhat, and this thing kind of simmers and settles. I think the media doesn't help, as I said. So once again, he was getting that pushback anyways. Something that I think Shannon's going to have to deal with, as he's licking his wounds. So yeah, he admitted, hey, yeah, you got me. It's one of the things, once again, that I think Ray Lewis feels a more conservative way, probably a more divine way, and felt like that he got a little whirly. Shannon Sharpe wanted to do his, podcasting thing, and he blew up. But you really can't take away the hard work that he's done to bring in a lot of great people, and his lot of his meticulous research and interviews that he's done. It is great work, you know what I'm saying? So, and there is a lot of validity, great info that he's put out, be it sports or his Shay or the nightcap. Although I think that there was some of the examples that he, once again, that he didn't set, but it still is good information. But all in all, Shannon Sharpe had paid his dues. I think that Ray Lewis maybe didn't see things, in a certain way, but that's just the routes that they chose to go in the end. Okay? So, I don't know. You just have to pick a side. But then again, you have to do everything like in moderation. I think that Ray Lewis has spoken his truth, although a lot of people feel as though they probably could have had a phone call or be like, there's certain things I don't want to speak on or whatever, but, I don't know. Maybe who's to say they already had that conversation? I don't know. You never know if Ray Lewis actually probably got paid to go on and say some of those things, allegedly. Okay? And Ray Lewis, had the reputation of throwing people under the bus when he was, commentating, all right? Particularly other brothers. So, hey, I don't know, they both had points. They both had valid, opinions. So that's just my take on it, y'all, about the reaction. And I think that probably after that it's over. Anyway, let me know what you think. I appreciate your time. But it just gets to a point in life where, once again, just people may be friends when they were younger, and then, I don't know, certain things that may, trigger certain points in your life, and impasse has come and people have to go their separate ways. People have, they just end up, growing apart, or there may be like, hey, you know what, he's cool, but that's not my thing, Anyway, look, once again, like, share, subscribe, Cash App, $, Winston Spivey. More content coming.